Okay, good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss one of the important topic of the, the subject quantitative techniques for managers, and that topic is in Unit 3, and the name of the topic is Moody's method. And this video is specifically designed for MBA second semester for Ajay Kumar Garg Institute of Management. And now we are going to start the particular topic. As we know that the topic of transportation problem, there is a topic called transportation problem. And in this transportation problem, we have several methods of getting solution of a particular problem. The methods like northwest corner rule, the methods like least cost method, the methods like Vogel's approximation method. All these methods generally gives initial basic feasible solution to a particular problem. It means the solution getting from any of these methods would be feasible solution. But we are in search for optimal solution. We are in search for optimal solution, that is the best solution for a particular problem. So there is no direct method for getting optimal solution from a transportation problem. The route is like this. First, we get initial basic feasible solution using any of these methods, and then we should use method like Moody's method, and this method is helping us to find out the optimality of a particular solution. So there is no direct method for getting optimal solution. The route is like this. First you get feasible solution, and then Moody's method will check this particular method whether it is optimal or not, and it helps us to reach the optimal solution of a particular problem. So this particular test is called optimality test. So after getting initial basic feasible solution, the next step is to test whether the solution is optimal or not. The method which is used for this purpose is called Moody's method, and the full form is modified distribution method. It is based on the concept of dual variable that are used to evaluate, that are used to find the opportunity in a particular cell. And you know, every cell is a root. So they used to calculate the opportunity in each cell, and which indicate that your particular solution is optimal or not. If it is optimal, then it's okay. If it is not optimal, then we have to make it optimal. So let's discuss this thing with one of the example. And this is the example which we have studied in previous videos also. So there, there are 4 sources like A, B, C, and D, and there are 3 destinations like P, Q, and R. These are called destinations, PQR, and these are called sources. These are called sources. So there are 4 sources and 3 destinations. So these values 2, 3, 5, 1 are nothing but transportation cost from a particular source to particular destination. And this thing, that is yes, this one. These values are nothing but the quantity transported from a particular route to a particular source to a particular destination. So you can see the sum of these quantities. Sum of these quantities is nothing but 34. So it's a balanced problem. All these quantities, all these 34 quantities has been transported through these routes from A to P, from B to R, from C to Q, from D to P, D to Q, and D to R, like this. And the cost of this particular method, cost of this particular problem using VAM, Vogel's approximation method, is 80. Is 80, that is total transportation cost is 80. Now first we have to check whether this particular solution is optimal or not. And if it is not optimal, then we have to make it optimal. So let's start. So the method like this, we have to add the variables like UI here and VJ here. So these are dual variables. Here we have to find the opportunity cost. I have to change this color of these particular yes, this thing. Okay, so take UI for each row and take VJ for each column. So first of all, set any value of UN, UI on VJ as 0, and most probably take it any row or any column where the number of allocated cells is maximum. As you know, as you see in this table, the fourth row having maximum number of allocated cells, 1, 2, and 3, 2, 2, and 10. So we have to take this particular UI as 0. So set a particular value of UI or VJ 0 where we have maximum number of allocated cells. Now we have to complete all the values of UI and VJ such that the total of UI plus VJ equals to nothing but cost, and that is for each allocated cell. That is for each allocated cell. So complete all the values of UI and VJ here, and we can see here this is 0 and CI is 2, then VJ becomes 2. And you can also understood like this: for this particular cell, UI is 0 and VJ is 2, and the total UI and VJ is cost in this particular cell. So here we have to write, yes, here we have to write like, just a minute, yes, this to be 1. Similarly, this is to be written as 6, this is to be written as 2. So like 0 plus 1 is 1, 6 plus 0 is 6, UI plus VJ is nothing but cost for each allocated cell. For this purpose, we have to consider only the allocated cells. Now complete all the values. This particular value would be, the sum is 2, one value of UI and VJ is 1, then another value must be 1. So that 1 plus 1 is equals to cost, that is 2. For calculating this value, we consider this allocated cell here. So the total is 1, this is 2, and this has to be minus 1. So that 2 minus 1 equals to cost, that is 1. And this value is 6 minus 2 equals to 4. So by this way, we can calculate the value of UI and VJ, dual variables. After this, after calculating this value, we have to identify unallocated cells. Unallocated cells like this. I mark these unallocated cells here so that you can easily understood. So these unallocated cells to be marked. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 unallocated cells are there. Now the logic is, we have to find the opportunity cost in these unallocated cells. So how do we do this? We need to calculate Dij, that is opportunity, and it is to be calculated as Cij minus UI plus Vj. Cij minus UI plus Vj for each unallocated cell. For each unallocated cell. So mind it, this is for allocated cell, and this opportunity is obviously calculated for each unallocated, which is not being used earlier. So these cells are not used in the solution earlier, so that is why we have to check the opportunity. So now we calculate Dij in using this particular method. So for this value, What is the value of Dij? Cij is 7. I have to write it here like Cij is 7 minus 1 plus 6. 1 plus 6, that is 0. So this is to be written as 0. So how do we do this? We add ui plus vj, that is 7, 1 plus 6, 7, and subtract it from cost. Similarly, for this value, this is to be 1, this is to be 7, this is to be written as like 3, and this is to be written as 6, and here it is minus 2. So all Dij must be calculated that for each unallocated cell. That is the opportunity. Now we have 6 values of Dij, and you know how we write Dij? Like this. In each cell, it is like in a slanting line below the slanting line. Now let's move further. If the value of Dij is positive, if all Dij is positive, then solution is already optimal. If any Dij is negative, it means multiple optimal solution may exist. If any Dij is negative, it is an indication that this your solution is not optimal, and we have to make it optimal. So in this particular example, you may find here that one of the Dij is negative, that is minus 2. One of the Dij is negative, that is minus 2. It means this solution is not optimal. We have to make it optimal further. So this is the first step where we see that our existing solution is not optimal. We have to make it optimal. Now the next step is how to make it optimal. So to make it an optimal solution, we have to trace loop. We have to trace a closed loop starting from the cell where Dij is negative. And for making the loop, we have to jump to allocated cell and come back to the original cell where the Dij is negative. And all the methods is written over here, how we can trace the loop. And along this loop tracing, we have to transfer the units. We have to transfer the units and to get the best solution. Since we have 34 units in our hand and that is already allocated, we cannot add more units here. So what we do, we'll adjust the existing solution, we'll adjust the already given distribution, and to get the modified distribution. That is the name of this method also. So how we do this? Let's see. Yes. So we have to make a loop, and the loops to be started with this particular cell. We have to start the loop from this particular cell because here the Dij is negative. Now we have to jump to the allocated cell, horizontal or vertical, not diagonally. So first we have to move to this cell. First move, second move to allocated cell like this. Either you have to move horizontally or vertically, not diagonally. Now this move and come back to the original cell, and this is the last move. So you can see this is a loop. This is a loop. Arrows, you can see the direction of arrows. This forms a particular loop. And along this loop, we can transfer the number of units. So here there is no units. There are 8 units, there are 10 units, there are 2 units. So we can start with this spell. We have to add some units here. We have to subtract some units from here. We have to add some unit here. We have to subtract some units. So alternatively, we should place plus and minus sign starting with plus sign. So first start with plus sign, then negative sign, plus, and then negative. So we can transfer 2 units because minus, out of the minus sign, the minimum one is 2. So we can transfer 2 units. So we can transfer 2 units here. Now this is 2 units. Since the transfer of 2 units, then here only we have remaining 6 units. The next modified solution would be having 12 units here, and there would be no units since you subtract 2 units. So from this particular stage, we can see the next best solution. Yes, I have to erase the things here. Okay. Yes. So the next solution is now multiply the number of units with the cost 2 into 5. This is this one. Then 3 into 2, the new one, which is just recently added. 1 into 6 plus 4 into 7 plus 1 into 2. This is as same as we do earlier, as we do it earlier. 2 into 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 allocations are still there. Now, what is the next solution are? Then they have 10 plus 6, 16 plus 6, 22 and 22, 8, 50, 50, 24 and 2, that is 76. So you can see we are able to minimize the cost here. The cost which was earlier 80, now it is being reduced as 76. So this is the optimal solution. This is feasible solution, but now this is optimal solution. How we get this particular solution? Using Modi's method. Using Modi's method. We applied this particular Modi's method into this solution, getting from WAM, and we are going to reach to the particular optimal solution. Now the best solution is 76. So the same question having two different answers. One is 80, that we have got it from the method like WAM, but it is feasible. And now we have 76, the better solution than WAM, and this is obtained by using Modi's method. So this is the beauty of Modi's method. Modi's method, do it in 2 steps. Number 1, first it will check the optimality of existing solution, whether it is already optimal or not. And if it is optimal, then it's okay. If it is not optimal, then it has to made it optimal using modified distribution along with the loop of this particular solution. So this is the working steps of Modi's method. First, we have to add UI and VJ and top and bottom, set any value of UI and VJ, complete all the values of allocated cells, then calculate cell evaluation, that is Dij, that is also called opportunity for each cell. So calculate Dij. If Dij is positive, for all Dij is positive. For example, in this method, if all values of these brown color cells, brown color values, if they are positive, it means that this is an already optimal solution, and we did not need any kind of loop to frame here to modify this particular solution, because that was the already optimal solution. So if all Dijs are negative, then it is optimal. If any Dij is negative, then this solution is not optimal, and we have to make it further optimal using tracing a loop using Modi's method that we have done here only. And this is again written over here, same thing. And after that, we have to trace a loop. How do we trace a loop? We start with the cell where Dij is negative, draw it vertically or horizontally, but diagonally nahi hona chahiye. Add positive and negative sign alternatively, starting with positive sign. And along with that particular loop, you have to transfer the units. So this is how the working, you can see the working of Modi's method, how Modi's method help us to get the optimal solution of a transportation problem, which was getting from any of the method, either NWC, LCM or WAM. So students, I think you have understand this particular method, and you can use this method in questions wherever it is written that you need to find optimal solution. Please mind it. Whenever you are being asked to find optimal solution, then only you should apply Modi's method. Otherwise, there is no need to apply this method. Okay, so that's all from my side today, and thank you. I hope you understand this video, and if any problem arises while doing this, you obviously contact me through the modes you are already having. Thank you. Good day. Goodbye. We'll meet in the next video.